What's up, guys? It's your boy T,
It's your boy D.
This your boy Jay.
and we are uncoded coming back out with you guys real quick. All right, guys. So today's subject is Joe Budden versus Logic. And basically, what had happened is that Logic did an interview, and he basically said that Joe Budden's comments make people want to kill themselves, which I was like, damn.
That's wild. I didn't even know they had like this kind of beef or something.
What do you think about that, Jay?
Yeah, I felt like that's a little bit of an extreme exaggeration, but Joe Budden do be talking shit and like be having beef with people, but I feel like it might be too a little bit of an extreme of a comment. But hey, I support Logic, and it was his last album. He getting ready to retire. I respect him. I fuck with Logic.
I mean, what I'm going to say is, okay, I look at it from two aspects. One aspect, Joe Budden was super disrespectful to Logic because he had said that Logic was one of the worst rappers. I remember him saying that, and then like he was like, yeah, he doesn't like. He said some pretty harsh stuff. If I can find it, I'll pull up a clip of it. But yeah, he obliterated Logic in that whole thing. But the thing about what Logic said, I'm like, you could pretty much say that about any interviewer makes an artist want to do that to themselves because most people who have shows like our show or even other shows where we talk about celebrities and we talk about different rappers and stuff like that, everyone has an opinion. So you could say that about anybody. I don't think it's just about like Joe Budden. Like, what do you guys think about Joe Budden as a whole, as a podcast, not as a rapper, but as like a podcast slash commentator?
Now, from what I've seen from Joe, he picks on who he thinks is like an easy target. You know what I'm saying? Because like Logic doesn't look threatening or like anything like that, and Logic will probably never run up on Joe. And I feel as if that's why Joe like went as like harsh as like he did there. So that's how I feel about Joe. So I don't really like him like that for that.
Yeah, after what Logic had said, I kind of wonder if maybe that's Joe Budden's words. Maybe that's how it affected him and how it made him feel, and made him want to possibly potentially kill himself after what Joe Budden said. I don't know if that could have actually affected Logic personally to make him want to say that, or if he's just speaking out of because I haven't really heard of too many people like actually contemplating committing suicide or doing some wild shit after what Joe Budden had said. So I'm kind of wondering where that comment kind of originated from.
I don't know. I personally like. I'll be honest. Personally speaking, I don't like Joe Budden, and the reason why I don't like Joe Budden is that Joe Budden to me is like a situational bully. Like it's kind of like what D was saying, where like he was going in on DJ Academics when DJ Academics was on the show and doing stuff. Just like he was just being very petty and like I just really didn't like the way that Joe Budden seemed kind of two-faced to me. Like he would talk bad about artists, and as soon as the artist gets on the show, it's they're the greatest thing in the world. So I that's why one reason I never really liked Joe Budden. He just seems fake to me, to be honest with you. Like that's the thing I don't really like, because the thing I always respected about like Charlemagne is the fact is like he'll say something and then when the artist comes up there he says the same thing. Like it's not
Yeah.
it's not like anything different. Whereas Joe Budden will like speak good about the artist and kind of like that, and it's just like he just seems like fake to me. He seems like very very like industry.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that last statement for sure. Like Charlemagne's gonna keep it with you 100. He's gonna tell you, and no matter how bad or ugly it is, he's gonna say it right to your face, and he'll say it off camera too. But he's gonna keep it 100 and just keep it straight up with you. He ain't gonna sugarcoat anything. But yeah, Joe Budden, I have seen a couple of interviews that he's done where he'll say something directly to the person that might be a little bit shady, but then like behind the scenes he'll be like talking good about them or vice versa. So yeah, that is kind of two-sided and he seems to only be about the views, the money, the likes. So it's like he's probably about that kind of lifestyle.
Also, like, do you guys ever get the vibe that he's like bitter because of all of the like younger people doing better than him? You
Yeah,
guys kind of get that? All right, cool.
I could pick
Yeah,
up on that vibe too.
yeah,
That's
I can definitely get that. And I think the thing about Joe Budden and like rapper, because they're okay. There's some people who can really rap. Like I think Joe Budden can actually really rap, but I don't think he makes the best songs. You know, there's a difference between someone who's got bars and someone who can like make good songs. I just don't think he was one of those rappers that could make consistently like songs that would make you want to like listen to them multiple times. Like I think he's one of those rappers who would say some dope shit on some bars, but then like after that, it's just kind of like it's not really doing anything for him.
You should be a ghostwriter then.
I definitely see that because it's like I can't really name like his biggest hits off the top of my head.
Pump it up.
He has one hit.
Is he a one-hit wonder? Nah, he got to have a couple more good songs than that. Or would y'all consider him a one-hit wonder?
He technically is a one-hit wonder, but he somehow kept his name out there, but he never really had more hit songs. That's pretty much his whole like a situation.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's just I don't know. And the thing is, like I've seen him on shows like Love and Hip Hop too. Which I mean, I guess that's not really a fair criticism because that show it's all fake anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think when it comes to media, he just has a good way of making himself look really bad. I honestly think so. So this brings up kind of like a bigger question. Do you guys think people in the media are too harsh?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
it depends.
Sometimes.
It depends on who it is we're talking about. Certain people, they might not be harsh enough, and certain people should receive even more backlash than they already are getting. And some people they're too harsh to. Even just like in recent examples, like just look at Nick Cannon. Like he said one thing that he's probably going to end up regretting, and now he's on suicide watch, and his career's in just up in the air. He's not going to be able to wild and out. Like look at Nick Cannon, like the downfall he's had from one comment. And then you look at so many other celebrities who've had like a comment, they just send out their little apology the next day, and then they go on about their lives. And it seems like everything's back to normal for them. So the media has its way of picking and choosing who they want to expose and who gets a lot of backlash.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel as if the like media mainly tries to say the harshest thing just to get the most views, because if they're always saying things inside a nice polite way, that's going to be boring for most people to either see or hear. So they kind of have to do it that way.
I think it just depends, because I think some people view the media as bad. There's some people who just don't like hearing anything but, oh, that's amazing, that's good. Mm-hmm. But then you have some people I feel like that are deliberately like nasty. I think Charlemagne is fair. I'm not gonna say he's right all the time. I'm gonna say that I think that objectively he's fair now. Most times I think now he's fair. Whereas I think someone like Wendy Williams is just nasty, because my mom and my grandma watched the Wendy Williams show, and Wendy Williams will tear down anybody. Mm-hmm. I seen this one. I saw when Drea Michelle went on the Wendy show, and Wendy killed that girl. She just said some nasty things, and then another girl had walked up and asked Wendy for her advice, and Wendy was like, "Yeah, when you do all this plastic surgery, blah blah." I don't know. She was just she was nasty, legitimately nasty. But when you have people like Nick Cannon, who generally speaking, Nick Cannon's a pretty positive stuff. Okay, he said something negative. Guys, can we please get over this whole thing where someone says one thing and then
they're canceled.
It's a rat. I'm so sick of hearing it. He's not even a bad. When you think about all these people, how many people did R. Kelly touch? How many people did Harvey Weinstein touch? He touched 1 million different people. What did Nick Cannon do? He did one thing. So you think he deserves the same treatment as someone who did 1,000 bad things as him doing one thing? No, stupid.
Yeah, people do take that to the extreme when you do say something wild. But some people do need to be held accountable for the shit that comes out of their mouth. But certain people, you got to also just look at their reputation, their background. If they have one, T, like you just said, if they have one blunder on their resume and it's one thing that they said, it should be forgiven if the rest of their reputation is solid, clean, and they've had a good reputation their entire lives. But so it depends on how extreme what that person said also, because if you're a white person and you say the N-word, that shouldn't be forgiven right away, and you should be held a lot more accountable for that than someone else just saying one bad thing and having their career trashed because of it.
It's just a cruel world we live in right now, man.
No, it's just an unrealistic one. It's super. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Remember back in the day, like super back in the day when our parents were young and like the church was overly critical. So like if a girl wore like a short skirt, like the church would like demonize the girl and be like, "Oh my gosh, you know, you're going to hell." Like they're just overly critical of everybody, and that kind of made people not even want to go to church. I feel like the same thing is happening now. I think people are just so like overly critical that like it's hurting people. And like I said, I don't think it's everybody because there's some outlets. Like I said, I don't. When I look at general podcasting, I think podcasting is just an honest sport. Like I think like comedians and podcasting is just an honest sport where people are just honest, whether they like it or they're not. But like I said, it just depends on the individual. Like I think Joe Budden is just too fake, and I don't even know if he should really be in this field. I'm not gonna say that. Matter of fact, because he has his own audience, stuff like that. I'm not gonna say that. He deserves to be in this field, but I just don't think he's genuine. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, he'll choose to be fake in order to get more ratings, get more money. He's down to trash somebody's career and to promote his own brand.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the lifestyle he has.
I don't know. I just think it's just very interesting when you just look at some of these people and just the effects it has on artists. Because we assume that these artists are like made out of steel, that what people say doesn't bother them. But to be honest, it's just like anybody else. We're like real people. So what people say about them, it does get to them in the comments. And I'm starting to realize that comments really do bother people. Like they don't really bother me just because like I've never been to social media, so it's nothing for me not to look at some comments. But like for other people, you gotta think this is their life.
That's facts. Yeah, a lot of people can get very like sensitive to stuff like that, but it's at the end of the day, it's just a comment. And the bigger you are, like the more bad publicity you're gonna receive and good publicity you're gonna receive. So it's like, especially celebrities, they probably have like so many bad comments, and they probably didn't even do anything wrong. But you got a lot of haters and trolls out there who are just gonna try to ruin their day just because of who they are.
Yeah, I can see that like slowly wearing a person down, because if like people are constantly just like giving you like negative criticism left and right, that will make a person go a little mad.
So do you guys have any recommendations about like how you think celebrities should handle like this negative commentary?
Yeah, have a therapist on hand, or on like speed dial or something to help you like talk about your feelings. That's all I can say.
Do the best you can to block out the negativity. Anyone who gives you a bad comment on social media, you just block them or ignore their comment. So it's kind of like you got to just focus on the good energy that you're getting in the comment section, and kind of ignore the bad section, because who knows how much bad you're going to get.
I mean, what I would say if I was an artist or if I was someone famous, this is what I would do. I would personally have my own marketing team, and I'd be like, look, you guys can give me a general consensus of what the comments say. Like, if a whole bunch of comments are saying like, hey, they would like to see this or they don't like this, then you guys can kind of tell me that. But honestly, if I was a celebrity, I wouldn't even read any of the comments, honestly. I'm not going to hold you. I wouldn't read any of the comments. I give it to my marketing team. I tell them what I want to be posted, and then I just go about my business and do it that way. They can give me a general consensus of what everyone's thinking, but that's it. I wouldn't even deal with it, because at the end of the day, I mean, you got to think, like, I know you guys know me, and if you guys would make a comment like about me or something like that, that would take me. I would take it seriously, but like these people who comment on you don't even know you. So what's the point of like having that add weight?
That's true. Yeah, just have a good team.
Yeah, I definitely would let the marketing team handle it. Especially if it's like a whole overload of comments you get in. So I'm sure like plenty of celebrities probably ignore the comments anyways, because it's probably so many comments they're not even gonna want to look through all of the ones that commented.
Yeah, social media kind of really brings people down.
It does, but with its negatives also comes its positives. So I'm not going to completely down it because it's like social media has allowed independent artists to flourish. So it's like you got to take the good with the bad. It's just the fact that people just got to stop living inside this damn box. The internet is not your freaking life, guys. Like, I don't care what Larry from fucking Wisconsin has to say about me. Like, he lives like 20 states away from me. Like, who cares?
Exactly.
But you guys have any closing thoughts?
Be careful on how you like phrase things when, you know, speaking to people, because you don't know like how harsh you actually are.
Yeah, social media has a lot of pros and cons. The pros to it, you can help build your brand and use it to expose a lot of people. And the cons to it is you can let it get to you mentally and let all the bad publicity get to you. So you just got to learn how to never use it too much and use it in moderation.
Yeah, my closing statement is I think you just have to be like I said, you have to learn how to separate yourself from social media and other people's commentary. And then also you have to be careful who you associate yourself around with. Because even though, like me in particular, I remember I used to have this one friend who, now that I think about it, probably really wasn't my friend, but like he would say stuff like, oh, like, you know, supposedly, you know, people kind of feel like this about you and da 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 da. And I'm like, where do you even get this from? And he wouldn't even tell me, which, you know, people like that just try to rile you up. So you just have to also think about the people you're associating yourself with. You know, if you're associating yourself with people who are like that and just trying to get inside your head, you don't need to be around those people.
Yeah, I think I know who you were referring to.
Oh yeah, it's not too big of a mystery, but this has been your boy T.
This has been your boy D.
This has been your boy J.
And we are Unquoted, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Even if you didn't like it, somebody will probably like it. Send it to your friend. He'll like it. All right, guys. We're out.